Hello, people. It is I. I'm coming from you from the distant past, where I was in the middle of filing my claim at the local magistrates' court before a justice of the peace. Now, as we all get, the magic show, the misdirection, the magical journey that you get when you go down to one of these courts, when you try to actually get something done to hold people to account. And so I'm at the stage now where I'm going to phone around some criminal lawyers. Because everyone keeps telling me I need I need legal advice. Pfft. So we're going to phone around just on the off chance that there's a pro bono good legal guy out there who wants to bring down his own society. Likelihood of is zero. So, but hey, for shits and giggles, I thought I'd record it. Criminal law specialists. Let's go. Not so mainstream. Higher January update. Slater and Gordon. Let's go, Slater Gordon. Call us free. Look away now. Right. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Give everyone a chance to not be a complete bellend. And let's paste that in there. No, it does work. Right, let's have a look. Now keep it down because I'm going to be speaking.
Thank you for calling Slater and Gordon Lawyers. To help us place your call, please listen to the following 3 options. If you're already a client of Slater Gordon Lawyers, please press 1. If your call is to make a new inquiry in relation to an accident or medical negligence claim, press 2. If you're calling about our wider range of legal services, which could include family, employment, property dispute or criminal matters, press 3. If you want to hear these options again, press 0.
I want.
Thank you for calling Slater and Gordon Lawyers. To help us place your call, please listen to the following 3 options. If you're already a client of Slater Gordon Lawyers, please press 1. If your call is to make a new inquiry in relation to an accident or medical negligence...
Alright, you've lost your chance, mate. Useless. Let's go back to the next one. Criminal defence solicitors in London. Freemans. Oh, that's the City of London. Freemans is specifically to the City of London. This is where when you get all these free mans on the land, it doesn't relate to, I think, normal people. It relates to City of London freemans. So City of London. So going straight to the heart of the beast. Let's do it. I don't know if that works. If I can go to no. Oh, go away. No, it didn't work. Cool. This one. Copy. Stick it in here. See what happens. I'm recording it. Yep. Let's phone the one big family.
Good afternoon, Freeman.
Hello, Freemans. I was wondering if you deal with any criminal matters.
Oh, we certainly do.
And I'm looking to go on the criminal offence, not the criminal defence.
Could I just ask you what would be in connection with?
Well, I wish to, I'm just a layman, a normal Joe Bloggs of the people, and I've gone into my local courthouse and I've asked to start my own case, and they keep telling me I need to seek legal advice.
Okay, and so could I ask what kind of matter it would be in connection with?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing would probably be a breach of the peace.
And that's something that the accusation against yourself?
No. I wish to accuse someone of breaching the peace. I'm a totally upstanding, decent person.
No, so unfortunately, we are more inclined to be defence solicitors.
Okay.
But let me have a word with my colleague. Can I take a name?
Yeah, my name's Anthony.
Anthony, I won't give you a moment. Thank you.
Kindly. That's right. It makes sense that they do more criminal defence than offence, because many people get themselves in trouble.
Anthony, one of my colleagues, she would be happy to speak to you. She's just on a conference call at the moment, I'm told. Could I take a number and she'll give you a call back?
She certainly can. It's 2 seconds. Let me get my phone up.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
I will put that onto the lady's screen. Her name is Miss Powell.
Miss Powell.
And she will give you a
That would be lovely.
PAU.
Lovely
And
stuff.
she'll give you a call back very shortly.
You're very kind.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Right, I suppose it is a Friday afternoon. They're probably all going home. Let's find the next ones. The Law Society. Criminal defence lawyers. See, it does make sense. It's criminal defence. It would be all criminal defence, because why would the legal society want to criminally investigate their own society on the criminal grounds? Because they're the ones who make up the criminal. That completely makes sense. Criminal lawyers. Here we are. Harrison solicitors. Ugh. Criminal defence lawyers. Leading law firm based in somewhere. Let's call those guys up. Partnership Limited. I mean, oh my God. Let's give these a call. Southampton. No, it's in London. It's in London. Panic's over. Cool. Boom. Yeah.
Good afternoon, S&O Partnership. How can I help you?
Hello, S&O Partnerships. It's nice to be speaking to you at last. I'm looking to speak to someone who specialises in criminal law.
In criminal law, did you say?
Criminal law.
Criminal law, yep. May I ask who's calling?
Yeah, my name's Anthony. I haven't
Yep,
done
and that's
anything.
with a H.
Yes, it is. I haven't done anything wrong. I wish to go on the offensive.
Yep, okay. And are you calling from a company, Anthony?
Absolutely not. No, I am Anthony. Just me. Just I.
So the call's regarding criminal law.
Yeah, criminal law and doing a prosecution.
Yep, hold the line while I try to connect you through to someone.
Thank you kindly.
Thanks for holding, Anthony. The person you need to speak to is currently in a meeting,
Right.
but they'll call you back once they're out of it. Can I take a number?
Yeah, of course. It's oh, hang on a minute. Let me get my phone up. Right.
I'll pass it on and ask them to call you back regarding criminal law.
That's very kind. Thank you kindly.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. I like saying thank you kindly. I think it's nice. Right, let's move on then. What's the likelihood of finding a fucking lawyer on a Friday evening? Absolutely zero. Let's crack on. There must be someone out there. Criminal injury claims solicitors. Criminal injury... No, that's not. Criminal law. Criminal lawyer... Alright, lawyers for you or something. Salary. What the hell? Crime lawyer. The experts on your side. Oh, dear. For free initial advice... Yeah, there we are. Free initial advice. That sounds about right. Initial advice. Obviously, initial advice is always free. Then you'll pay with your soul. Later. Whoop.
Good afternoon, Boris Williams.
Hello. Good afternoon. Sorry to call you on a Friday late, but, you know, crime
That's
doesn't
okay.
wait for anyone. Have you got a criminal lawyer specialist there?
We do. We offer free advice over the telephone. Is that what you're interested in?
Yes, but I'm not in the naughty books. I'm in the good books. I wish to prosecute, not defend.
Okay. Yeah, a private prosecution.
Oh, you're speaking my language.
Okay, not a problem. That's something we can help with. And what are you wanting to take? Sorry, who are you taking on?
Exactly, the who, yes,
Again?
a naughty man called Mr.
Yeah.
Lawrence, and I've been down to my magistrate's court, and I'm
Yeah.
having trouble accessing the court system to start up my private prosecution, and I was hoping to get someone to say, why am I hitting brick walls with this? And now even the courthouse is saying I need to seek legal advice. So I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my case is quite simple. I have everything recorded. I have witnesses. You know, I'm pretty confident to stand up and speak to a jury and say, yeah, this guy did this, and there's the video evidence, and there's my witnesses, and please, you know, take a view on it. And then, you know, the defence will have his chance to say I'm full of rubbish. And then we leave it in the jury's hands. That's essentially what I'm looking at, and it doesn't appear to be... I'm having trouble laying in information in front of a justice of the peace.
Okay. And what's your name, please? Sir?
Anthony Smith.
Okay, Anthony. Right. And just before we go any further, can I take a best contact number from you?
You certainly can. Take my best. The best, the one and only.
Right. What I will do, Anthony, can I just take a brief summary of what you want to prosecute this man for?
Well, I mean, I'd like to keep my hands close to my chest, if I may. But essentially, initially it'll be a breach of the peace, and then
Okay.
it continues on from that. But essentially, it's a breach of the peace, and then he's gone on to threats basically, and yeah, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
And I have it all
Okay.
recorded, and I have, like I said, I have witnesses to the fact. But the exact details are, you know, I'm just keeping them to my chest.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. I
you.
understand. Right. What I can do then, it wouldn't be me that you'd need to speak to, Mrs. Smith. It will be one of my lawyers in the office.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look, and I can see that they're all on calls currently, unfortunately.
Right.
But what I will do with you, if that's okay, is I will ask for one of them to give you a call back,
Yep.
so they can see if it's something that we could become involved with,
Yep.
and obviously offer you some initial advice on see if we can take the matter on.
Well, yeah, of course,
Is
yeah,
that
that'd
okay?
be lovely. My main query is,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure if what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not legally qualified, clearly. Now,
Yeah.
my understanding is that the court systems are supposed to be available for lay people as well as the professional lawyers. That's my understanding, and that justice, you're supposed to be able to approach the courts in such a manner that you have access to justice, so that you could at least tell people of wrongdoings, and then the ball gets
Yeah.
rolling in some sort of way. Now the problem is I'm not having much luck in relation to having much assistance in that matter, at the courthouses. And like I said, they've asked me to seek legal advice
Okay.
to
Sorry,
see
which
where I'm going
courthouse
wrong.
is this?
It's a magistrate's court.
That's fine. Okay, I took a note of our conversation, Mrs. Smith.
Right.
What I'll do is I'll refer it on to one of the lawyers in our office.
Lovely.
And I'll ask them to get back to you as soon as possible on this
Excellent
number.
stuff. Well,
if
that's very
okay.
kind.
Okay.
you
All right.
kindly.
Thank you for your call, Mrs.
Okay.
Smith.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello there. Hello. I mean, this is funny that he's just posted this now, and I'm fucking banging my head against the wall in a criminal court. Let's have a look at this picture. Come on then. What is this? Date. Confirmation of your order placed with whatever that is. Your order has been accepted. Please retain this receipt for your records. This email confirms you placed an order with the payment data, payment beneficiary address, blah 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 blah. Website. Yeah, it's civil. Well, that's a civil thing. What did you buy for £10? I've got to ask him. What did you get for £10? You know what I should do? If any of these lawyers phone me back, I'll ask them, is criminal law legal civil law? That's basically what... Oh, fuck it. I might just go to the fucking county court then. What did you get for £10? A pat on the head. It's so funny, right? Okay, fine. Alright. I'll tell you what, any of these lawyers that phone me back, in fact, that's the next thing I'm going to do. A criminal lawyer. Hang on, let me get me a fucking criminal lawyer. Yeah, criminal barrister White. Nah, not barrister. Oh, maybe a barrister. Reed. That's jobs. Criminal lawyer. Criminal. Alright, let's go back. Have I called these guys? No. Police line do not cross. Oh shit, not that. Let's go back to this.
Good afternoon, ABV solicitors.
Hello there. I don't know if I've spoken to you already. Your voice sounds familiar, but I'm in the well, I'm looking around for a criminal lawyer, not a criminal lawyer per se, but a lawyer that specialises in criminal...
Defence, yeah.
Well, not defence, it's actually offence. I want to go on the attack.
Oh, okay. We just deal with criminal defence, so we defend people who have been arrested or are being prosecuted.
Well, I wish to prosecute someone.
Yeah, that's not something that we deal with.
You don't deal with that, okay.
No.
Do you have anyone there who knows, is criminal law, could that be accurately defined as like a legal civil thing?
Yeah, you can be civil to prosecute.
In criminal cases?
It might be worth... Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of, it is basically done as a civil kind of like, almost like an equity kind of civil kind of thing, but it's just named criminal.
Yeah, but we wouldn't deal with that here.
No, so you only deal with defence case. So
the defence, yeah.
If I've got myself in trouble or something, then you're
yes.
You're
then we
ready
would
and able to
represent
help.
you. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's very kind of you, but I'm not in trouble. So
that's good then.
So when I get in trouble,
just give us a call.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, thank you anyway. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, and you. Bye.
All right. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me just call this number back. Right, I've got a call back. You probably heard my phone going off. Oh, where is it? Call. Missed call. There we go. Right, let's call these guys back because they bothered to call me back. That's amazing, though, isn't it? That criminal law is actually just civil law repackaged as legal. That just makes so much sense. So justice. That's why justice. Oh, I see. That's funny. Deadbeat dads. You have issued an invoice to the Justice's clerk for £5,000.
Daphne Freeman.
Hello. Yeah, I just missed a call from you guys. I called you and then you called me back, but I missed it. I was on the phone with someone else, so I was just hoping to get in contact with whoever just tried to call me. My name's Anthony Smith. It's in relation to criminal law matters.
Hold on a minute.
To avoid the go.
Hello.
Hi there. I just missed a call from someone.
Yeah. Do you know? So it'd be regarding a criminal matter. Is it your matter? Or is
It's a private
case?
prosecution. I'm looking to see if it's something that can be done. I've gone into the magistrates' court trying to lay in information for the justices, and they've basically said no, you need to seek legal advice. So here I am on the phone trying to see what this legal advice would be.
Okay, hold on a minute. Hello.
Hello.
Hiya, sorry, can I take your number and ask whoever else to give you a call back?
Can I find out who it was? Because I think they left a voicemail on my phone. So
okay.
If you just give me 2 seconds, I'm phoning my voicemail now, because obviously calling you, I'm returning your call out of the blue, not knowing who called me. So I just got a notification that they left a voicemail. So let me see if I can help you out. Here we go. Oh, they're not sure they're able to... Okay, so there we are, don't worry about it. All right, glorious, never mind. Thanks anyway.
All right, thank you.
Cheers, bye-bye. Now, this is all making sense, isn't it? Funny, it's so funny. Isn't it a coincidence that I've got my law buddy telling me at the same time that the whole criminal law is a con. It's basically equity, defined as equity through the legal society and rebranded and repackaged as civil. As criminal, but in fact it's just a civil law. It's running exactly as civil law, based on you contracting into their nonsense in order for them to stick you in cage. Oh fucking hell, this is deep. All right, well anyway, let's keep phoning around and see how many of these people want to criminal. It makes sense why they don't want to criminally prosecute any motherfucker, doesn't it? But anyway, that is so funny. This is so hilarious. Let's crack on. Now let's have a look. So another criminal lawyer for you. Leading criminal lawyers. No, I've done that one, have I? Let's go this one. Criminal defense expert. We are the experts in... If you're facing a police interview or court hearing, then call free. Expert advice. Well, where's your number? Nah, this looks dodgy as fuck. Right, quality solicitors. That's right. I wish to be solicited. Oh, nothing like a good solicitation. Phone number? Ah, there we go. It's just so funny. Hi, yeah, you want to do a private prosecution? We're not interested. Just like, that makes sense. Yeah, why would we want you to help you stitch up one of our members? pleased I'm recording this. Let's go back. Let's change the thing. Criminal lawyer, criminal defence. Barristers. Do I get a call? I don't know if you can. How do you? It probably has to be done through their solicitors. Maybe that's how it works. The barristers set up the bloody solicitors to solicit for the barristers. That makes perfect sense. Criminal defence solicitors. Here we go. Forrest William. I don't know if I've done I don't know if I've done those guys. This one? No, not this. What the fuck is this person? Have I done this one? Yeah, I did these ones. They said no. Fuck off. Holborn. I don't know if I've done these guys. Ah, look at these. The City of London. What a glorious, glorious thing. I think I've done these guys. I remember that. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Because if I go down here, I'm looking here. I don't know. Somewhere. Queen's. Well, that would explain why they could abolish Queen's Bench. Because Queen's Bench was. Oh my god, Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Sorry.
Holborn Adams Solicitors.
Got a bit of a duff line then. So, hello there. Yes, I'm just wondering.
Sorry, you got me now.
Yes, I have. I've got you now. I'm just wondering if you do criminal prosecutions as opposed to naughty people getting in trouble and needing a defence lawyer.
We do, and I do myself. You've come through to my name's Andrew Ford. I'm a senior lawyer at the firm.
Hello.
And I am probably the most experienced lawyer in the firm in terms of running private prosecutions. So yeah, you've got through to the right person.
Well, that was a stroke of divine intervention, wasn't it? So I basically
tell me what the situation is.
Well, what it is that I'm looking to prosecute someone who's basically
Sure.
I would define as a wrongdoer. He's done all kinds of pre-judiciary nonsense. And he's breached the peace and extorted money from me, and now he's going around my neighbourhood doing the same thing. So there's all kinds of nonsense going on there. Now I've done a claim form and I've been trying to get it filed at my local magistrates court, and I seem to be getting a lot of blank faces over there because
Okay.
I'm obviously not a legal person. I'm a layman, you might say, and they all seem to be requiring me to seek some sort of independent legal advice. So I'm like, well,
yes. So,
here I am.
So claim forms usually relate to civil proceedings, whereas to bring a private prosecution against someone, you need to what's called lay charges. So
yes, exactly. Yes.
Let's take a person who's caught speeding, for example. The police will lay charges at the magistrate's court against them, which briefly describes what they're said to have done wrong, the offence and the statute or common law which makes that an offence, and then a summons will be issued for that person to attend court.
Excellent. Now, when you say common
slightly
law,
different to,
when you say common law, you're talking about English common law, aren't you? The law of the legal society.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because when you talk about a policeman,
there's some offences which aren't covered by statute. Sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. But when you're talking about a policeman going into court, now the policeman in the official capacity is laying that information before the justices of the peace or whoever it is that may be there on that particular day.
Yeah. Well, in reality, it's no longer a policeman going in themselves and doing it. It's done electronically.
Oh, no, I saw plenty of policemen there today. I think they still do it the old-fashioned way in my magistrate's court where I am. Because my understanding, which I think it might actually turn out to be wrong, is that as a private layman, if you're a private individual, private man, whatever you want to call me, if I walk into a courthouse and wish to see a justice of the peace, and as you said, that's exactly what I said, I wish to lay information before a justice of the peace. I was very close to getting that done today, but then the clerk actually said, "Is this the first issuance?" I think she said to me, and I was like, "Oh, hang on a minute. Well, yeah, this is the first time I've been in." And it was at that point they went back out to the counter, who'd already stamped my claim form, And they asked me to go back to the desk then to speak to them again, and it didn't get anywhere. So it's like it's a bit strange.
Yeah, that's generally a procedural thing. So there's no you have a right as a private person. Any private person in England and Wales has this right to bring a private prosecution against another person.
Exactly.
It's not always a Crown Prosecution Service. You have to bring prosecutions. A private person can do it. The court often get a little bit flappy when someone tries to bring a private prosecution, which is why it's often better being guided by a lawyer rather than a private person themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a procedural thing rather than a legal technicality. You are entitled to do it, but what they like is to know it's coming, to have all the papers in advance, and to have the case explained and opened properly by a lawyer.
Yeah.
Which is what I've done in my...
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm probably looking then to go back down to county court then, aren't I?
If it's a civil claim you want to bring, then it's a county court claim,
right.
Which will be claiming for damages of some kind. So if you've been extorted money, the damages will be the money that you've lost.
Yeah.
A private prosecution, so if you want to see this person, if you feel that they've committed a criminal offence, then that will be a private prosecution, and that the sanctions that will be sought then are at worst prison sentence, and then there's obviously a spectrum of different sanctions which can be imposed on a person.
Yeah, I see.
Which are more lenient than that.
So the civil realm would be literally the damages element, but so am I right in saying that the criminal realm is essentially, it's almost like a legal jurisdiction specifically that is dealing with civil matters, but in a legal context, and branding them as like and obviously naming them, if you like, as criminal. Because every time I go into my magistrate's court, they keep calling me a customer, which I'm like, why do you keep calling me a customer? Like the customer here, the customer there, go to the customer desk. I'm like, is this? I mean, am I a customer when I go into a magistrate's court? Is that essentially? Well, I must be, because they're calling me it, aren't they? So, am I dealing with, in relation, the criminal sense of it being a private civil law? If that's a silly way of putting it.
So the difference is this: a criminal matter is where an offence contrary to criminal law is committed, and that is being taken through the criminal justice process in order to achieve justice, and that has to be the intention, to achieve justice rather than just to aggrieve another party. So that's the purpose of the criminal justice system. The civil system, which is conducted in the county court rather than the magistrate's court, is to put somebody back in the position that they would have been had the wrongdoing not been perpetrated. So, for example, take this as an example, I'm hit by a car, suffer a broken leg, and I sue the driver of that car to try, and the intention of the damages there is to put me back in the position that if I hadn't been in the car, I'm not in a financially worse off position.
Yeah. Which is the thing we have the NHS, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because if you're in America, you'd have a massive medical bill, but over here you can't really claim medical bills, can you? Because it's covered by
Exactly. But that's the position, and I don't know how does that fit into your example, your live example.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking. So it seems like to me that the justices of the peace, of which I wish to lay information before, it seems like that I'm not really going to gain access to that unless I have a lawyer to, if you like, in a way, hold my hand through the legal process. So I'm thinking, if I report a crime, because essentially, let's use something like what some people like to call blackmail, but I'd rather use as an extortion. If I use an extortion claim in a county court, I mean, that specifically, I mean, all I would have to do really is claim it as a wrongdoing. This is the wrongdoing, i.e., see or confer extortion, and this money was extorted from me under threat, and therefore I wish for that money to be returned. And and once the money's returned, that's essentially that's it. Then is it? That's the end of the matter?
Yeah, provided you haven't lost out, and in the meantime, for you not having that money for that period of time. You obviously have to prove it. You have to produce evidence to prove it in both courts, whether it be a criminal court or a civil court.
Yeah.
Blackmail is obviously a criminal offence. Yeah. They're treated as a very serious criminal offence, in fact. And whilst this should never be the intention behind bringing a private prosecution, private prosecutions are very often a very good way of achieving the outcome you desire, especially where finances are involved.
Well, you're quite right there, because all I really want is my money back. But the thing is, if I go into a criminal prosecution and say, right, Judge, here's my order for my money back, then if I've turned it over to the judiciary, surely that's the judiciary now will say, well, okay, now, but unfortunately that's a crime on our book, and this is what the punishment is according to what we believe.
Yeah.
So they're going to bolt. Yeah, exactly. So they're going to bolt that on anyway, which is something that wouldn't happen presumably in a civil court. They wouldn't take it that far.
In the civil courts, it would be the remedy would be you getting your money back rather than that person being punished for their wrongdoing.
Okay, so that's essentially like an equity thing, isn't it? That's just like it's as long as things are back to normal. So that's interesting then. So I think that's where I'm going wrong. So it seems to me that criminal is different, isn't it? It seems inherently different.
Yeah, it is. It is massively so. Two different processes. So yeah, in terms of how we can help, we can bring private prosecutions, but we also have a civil team who are able to assist in drafting claim forms, bringing claims, and kind of accurately going through the process. Because unfortunately, in civil proceedings, you go wrong at one stage, and that can be terminal to your case, and you don't get your money back.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm not. So for extortion on a civil claim, then, so if someone gets a county court judgment, would it say county court judgment extortion, or would it just say county court judgment? Just a judgment.
It would just say judgment, is my understanding.
That's interesting. Okay, so basically, in relation to getting a trial, because I always imagine that at some point this would go to Crown Court if it was a criminal offence that can be put someone in prison. Then I was. Well,
if it's blackmail, it's likely to go to the Crown Court. Yeah.
Exactly, and then you're going to have potentially a jury trial, aren't you? If they wish.
Yeah.
Interesting, because then it would be presenting the facts and evidence to the jury of 12 rather than to one particular judge.
Or three magistrates if it's in the magistrates' court, but or one judge in the civil court. Yeah, that's right.
All right, okay. So I think you've enlightened me to the nature of the criminal case, and so it seems like unless you are like legally qualified, the so-called, I don't know if you call it rights of audience, but your ability to process down that route seems a bit more technical than it would be civil. You don't need rights of audience to present. Well, police officers, for example, don't have rights of audience in court, but you do need to know more about the process. To kind of get the court to listen, if you like. And would it be actionable if I get a civil claim done? Could I then go down the criminal route afterwards, or is that just one or the other?
You can. It's usually done the other way around. So once you've achieved a result in a criminal court, then you pursue civil damages after.
Right.
Because what they're likely to say is if there's any intention of this being a criminal matter, then they don't want to prejudice a criminal matter.
Sorry, why is that? I'm sorry, I don't get that.
Because if the civil court make a ruling on something,
sorry, I'm with you now.
And the evidence is, yeah.
Okay. That is amazing information. Thank you kindly. So I think I've been barking up the wrong tree, I think is the expression. I think I'll be taking this to the county court then.
Sure. Okay. Well, hopefully that's been helpful. If you can help any further, then give me some.
It is. It's been very helpful. The thing is, I can see now why I've been hitting brick walls in the magistrates' court.
Sure. Okay.
They want
Good
a certain
stuff.
type of person. Well, thank you kindly for your time.
No worries.
Cheers. Have a nice weekend as well. Bye bye. Okay, confirm. Why they can. So that explains it, doesn't it? Criminal law is, even though the judges in the criminal courts are absolutely spot on with their rulings, and I do still recommend everyone goes down to a magistrate's court, because they're always looking at the evidence, like they're very particular with the facts and the evidence, admissibility of evidence, and in some respects, the equity side. But obviously, the trump card of the criminal courts is that they can stick a Joe Bloggs in, or shall we say, a Richard Roe or a John Doe. They can stick these people in prison, which is bizarre, really. Is that presumably is for non-payment of debt? So if they don't pay the debt, then they'll stick you in prison. But if you pay the debt, then there's no reason to go to prison. So maybe that's what. Maybe I won't say more on that. So. Let's go down the civil route then and get a county court judgment to get this guy, because I don't really think I'm going to get a lawyer to help me to go down their own private little criminal route, as opposed to getting a civil. I should be taking this down the civil court, but let's see why the justice. Another enlightening moment. I am enlightened. I hope that was helpful for the masses. Peace out. Keep it real. And I'll speak to you next time.